Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Ladies of Liberty. Ladies of Liberty gives a monthly contribution, which I will use for this video. But before I get to the video, please go to the description box and click on the Rumble link and watch the Rumble link version of this video, as I'm still monetized over there. And it'll help with the channel greatly. On to the subject matter. Got another estranged mother here. This one kind of speaks for itself. You know, they never take any responsibility, and yet they use the same cliches, the same lines, the same excuses. Let's count them, shall we?
The estrangement epidemic. So I did a TikTok 3 days ago and asked moms, parents to comment and tell me, share their story. Did their child actually come to them and ask them to talk and sit down like adults and have a conversation to work it out?
No, because you've been spoken to time and time and time and time again. By the time the decision to actually go no to contact is made, there is no reason to have a conversation with you, because you're just going to deny it and gaslight and then turn around and victim blame. The narcissist, these estranged parents always know why. Oh, just out of nowhere. Bullshit. Bullshit. And when you go through her TikTok page, you can see exactly why her daughter went no contact with her.
3 days later, over 900 comments, and I'm still getting comments every day. 900 comments. 99.9% of those comments were absolutely not, did not try to talk. And the ones that did try to talk were not civil, not nice in their approach.
Because what they will not accept is the damage that their abuse has done. I have to come to you civilly? Well, civil in their mind is a subjective term anyway. Just confronting them on their abuse to them is uncivil. Any type of confrontation would be deemed uncivil. Anytime you try to confront the narcissist, they are going to deem that as uncivil, because who are you to complain and confront them about anything? This is why you just go no contact, because when you get to that point, when you're done, you're done.
With their parents. So parents, let it go. Let it go.
You're not. You got what, 300-400 videos on here? You're not letting it go. You're not letting it go.
It's overwhelmingly clear. These estranged kids do not want to work it out. They want to place blame on us.
Yeah, see, this is what they don't understand. They think the no contact is some kind of manipulation. This is very telling, and this is where their projection, this is what I'm telling you. The narcissist always thinks that we think the same way they do. So they are thinking the reason we are going no contact is like when they give the silent treatment, or they give you the wall, or they ignore you. They're doing that to bring you to heel, to bring you under control. We're not trying to control them other than to set a boundary to say, stay the fuck away from me. I'm not trying to punish you in order, well, I am trying to punish you in a way, but I'm not trying to punish you to manipulate you to change your fucking behavior. Because we already know your behavior is unchangeable. You refuse to change your behavior no matter what. But because they project their thoughts onto everyone else, they think that you're going no contact with them in order to get them to change their behavior, instead of just you're no contact with them because I'm done with you. I'm done. I know what you are. It doesn't even need a conversation at this point, because the conversations have been had for decades, over and over and over again. I'm not having one more. You don't need to have one more conversation before going no contact. You don't. Because whether you do or you don't, that narcissist is going to go and do shit like this and play the victim.
They don't want to take any accountability for what they've done in their part. We're not perfect.
With the children, what we've done. Again, what we've done. The victim. What did you do? What did you do to make me abuse you? What did you do? Kind of like how I asked you, what did you do to make me fat?
And I'm sure we have some things to apologize for.
But you have no idea what they could be. I'm sure I have some things that keep it vague, always keeping it vague. But you have no idea. Bullshit.
But we can't apologize if our children refuse to talk. So quit beating yourself up. Quit.
So because you just went no contact, I have no idea what I even need to apologize for. And that's why, and that's exactly why your daughter went no contact with you. That is exactly why. And you say it so smugly, in that condescending tone that you just use with everybody, but especially with your daughter who cut you out. Because you can't stop.
Being sick, quit making your health bad, quit killing yourself with thoughts of what you did wrong. No, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is a perfect parent.
Here we go. Nobody's a perfect parent. And nobody asked you to be perfect. Nobody could you just not be abusive. Nobody wanted perfection. How about you just not be neglectful, abusive? How about that?
And you need to stop. You need to stop beating yourself up. Go read the comments on my TikTok. If you're a strange parent, go read the comments. Go through and see everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of you out there. There's a lot of you out there that refuse to take responsibility. Just like there's a lot of us out there who are done taking it.
Every single one of those stories of no, their child did not come to them in a civil manner.
Because you know what I have never had? I have never had somebody come back to me after me telling them to go no contact and them following my advice. So you know what? You were absolutely wrong. You were wrong about my family. Never happened. Never once.
Manner and try to talk to them. No, not 900 parents have not listened to their child. All these estranged kids get on here. They've tried to talk to you. You don't listen. Blah blah blah. You're the problem. You're the narc. No.
Yep. Yeah, so you've already been told. She's already been told. No. You see how repulsive they get at the idea of accepting any responsibility for anything?
You're never going to convince me that.
Of course not. Of course you're never going to, because that would mean you have to take responsibility for your actions.
Estrangement is a rapidly growing epidemic. It's cult-like and it's disgusting. So parents, be confident in the parent that you were. You're not perfect. Quit beating yourself up. Nobody's perfect. Let it go. Let them do what they want to do with their lives. It's their decision to walk away from us. Enjoy your life. Find your peace. And stop crying every single day over kids that don't give a flying hoot about us. So know that I'm on your side and I'm here to support you.
Well, you got that right. We don't give a flying fuck about you at this point.
And that you have a huge community on this TikTok. Huge community of moms hurting and going through exactly what you're going through. You are not alone. Have a great day.
You're not alone being held accountable for your actions. So we go to her channel. And, she puts out tons and tons of videos where she's just 1.3 million likes, 2,900 following, almost 60,000 followers this girl has. Jeez. And she puts out all this content, yet she has a problem. She has a problem with criticism.
Hey, estranged parents, this message is for you. So I know that I am not the only one on TikTok. I'm not the only estranged parent that is frustrated with the bad TikTok therapists that are very biased, and they are causing more harm for the estrangement community on TikTok. As you all know by my post on Friday, I have been affected by one, a TikTok therapist that I don't feel like...
You see, she wants to put out all this content. She wants to talk shit on her kid going no contact, but she doesn't want the pushback. Now, apparently, one of the TikTok therapists, I don't know if it's an actual therapist or somebody like me just giving their opinion. Regardless, she's trying to say here that it's a therapist, that you're a therapist have different rules. Not when you put the stuff out there yourself, honey. She's allowed to comment on what you're saying.
I feel like they cross some code of ethics or whatever the rules are that they have to uphold as being therapists, and I've personally been affected. So I'm here to say that if you feel like you're concerned with a TikTok therapist on here that is licensed, if you're concerned with...
It's talking about a license, so she's going to go... So a therapist must have commented on her shit, told her, you know what, you're the narc, like, you're the problem here, and she didn't want to, and she don't want to hear it. She just, see, this is... But you're not the problem, right? Her daughter could have totally come to her with her issues before going no contact, right? Right?
Their messages.
Can't figure out why her daughter went no contact with her. Are we figuring it out yet?
Or whatever they're putting out, if you feel like it's concerning, then you have the right to file a respectful complaint to show your concern.
Complaint. She's going to make complaints. This is with a lady. Remember, this is her channel. Nobody would know about her daughter going no contact if she didn't go on TikTok and start bitching about it. But now she's going to go and try to get a therapist who comments on her shit, try to do something to her license. Their license. I don't know if it's a male or female. I'm assuming it's a female.
Licensing board. So I've had several therapists that are off of TikTok. They don't create on TikTok. They don't mix their personal life of being a therapist with their social media. And they're concerned and frustrated as well, and they've messaged me.
Of course, well, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they don't like people getting advice off of TikTok or off of YouTube or for anything, money out of their pocket. Especially any therapist that's going to validate your bullshit. And any therapist that can't see through this bullshit is not a therapist you want to be going to in the first place.
So if you need any help with a template or...
So let's build an army of flying monkeys and start gang stalking because a therapist commented on the information that I put out publicly on the internet on fucking TikTok. But she would have totally taken responsibility for what her daughter is saying was abusive, right? She was totally going to do that because she's totally open to it.
Or what to say, please message me. I can help you. Just send me a DM and I will be glad to help, because we need to start reporting these therapists that aren't following their code of ethics. And
that's why I'm not a therapist and I have no code of ethics. Oh, I have my own code of ethics. I'm not a therapist. I don't have any licensing. It's my opinion. I could say whatever I want. Okay, because my diagnosis isn't really a diagnosis. It's only an opinion. And you are a borderline personality disorder, sociopathic, abusive narcissist. And we'll look at her next video. We'll look at her next video here. I hate using TikTok. I like it in that I don't get any copyright strikes off of it. But like trying to set up videos is just, I think I went right past it. Bear with me here. No. Oh, there, right here. And this was her next one.
Know what you're talking about. Are you
She's
just
still
getting
on the
here
therapist.
blabbering? You have no clue what you're talking about. First of all,
She's shook.
there are rules.
She is shook. She's responding. Somebody made a comment. I know the therapist you're upset with, but it's because you're using an example of what not to do. They aren't your therapist, and you are and there are no rules to uphold. You are putting this stuff out. Exactly. That's exactly my point. You're the one putting this stuff out.
And there are code of ethics and things that licensed therapists have to follow. Things they can and can't do. So you might want to do a little more research before you get on here and comment.
So condescending. I mean, I'm sure your daughter loved being spoken to like this. I'm sure this voice and this tone and this inability to accept any responsibility of your own actions had nothing to do with your daughter just going no contact and contacting you and not contacting you and not telling you and discussing it. I'm sure it had nothing to do with this, and I'm sure it also has nothing to do with this as well.
You think you can break me? Baby, you're crazy. I'll make my own sunshine. You think.
Remember, when they're singing and dancing at you, they're taunting you. They can't stop taunting you. Okay? She doesn't want to be criticized, but then she wants to go out after criticizing the therapist and all this. She's out there still taunting her daughter, still doing the singing, the dance, like in the... Honey, give it up. Give it up. I could see exactly why your daughter went no contact with you. You make everything about yourself. You are condescending. You are probably will not accept your age. You competed with this girl her entire life. Anytime she ever tried to talk to you about it, you made fun of her and you openly taunted her. And then you have the audacity to sit there and ask, oh, why did she just go no contact and didn't talk to me? Like it would have made a difference. You make it clear by just looking at your channel and looking at your other videos. You have an inability to accept responsibility for anything, any of your actions. And you sure as hell don't want to deal with the consequences of them. But here's the bottom line with these parents. They really believe, they really think the reason you went no contact with them is to punish them. So they'll change their behavior and you're trying to get something out of them. They believe it because that's why they abuse you. That's their motivation, and they again project everything they do on to you. So always keep that in mind when you're going, especially when you're going no contact, because the estranged parent doesn't even understand what the purpose of no contact is. They don't actually believe that you never want to talk to them or see them or have them out of your life. They really don't believe that. They just think you're trying to get something out of them. They will never understand. They will never actually believe that you're done with them. So, thank you, Ladies of Liberty, for your monthly contribution. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. And if you haven't watched this video over on Rumble, please do. Even if you just click on it and it doesn't play, even the clicks help. Also, subscribe to me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.